Let's begin with a very simple circuit. In Logisim, I select this component, button, and this one, LED, light emitting diode. And I connect the two with a wire. And that's all. Let's see how it works. So I switch to simulation mode, the little hand, and we'll see. When I push on the button, the LED lights up, and when the button is not pushed on, the LED lights off. So it is very, very easy to understand. I want to add a little description to the circuit. I use this tool with the letter A. It's a text instrument, it's a text tool. So I click on the A and here, and I write something like button off, LED off, and then I press Shift and Enter together on the keyboard in order to make a new line. Button on, LED on. And then when I have finished all, I click on anywhere here outside of the text box. And I want to put this text box in a better place, so I use the select instrument, the select tool here. I select the text box and I drag it here on the side of the circuit. So now I want to copy this circuit and this whole circuit with the text box together. So I select everything and I use Ctrl+C, Ctrl+D on my keyboard, or Command+C, Command+D if you are using a Mac computer. So in order to make a copy, and then I drag the identical copy down here. And then I want to erase this wire. So I select it and I press on delete or cancel or something like that on your keyboard. And now I'm going to put this little component here. The name is not gate or inverter. I select it on the main menu here, and I put it between the button and the LED. And I connect this little component here and here. And now you can see the LED lights up when the button is not pushed on. So let's try. I switch to simulation mode. When I push on the button, the LED lights off. When I'm not pushing on the button, the LED lights on. So this circuit works in a different way, in an opposite way from the first one. Let's change the label, the text label here. I write push button off, LED on, push button on, LED off. Now I'm going to try another circuit, but this time I use two buttons, 1 and 2. And in order to distinguish them, I put a label on each button in this way. In the property window, you see there is a label field here. On the first button, I write a name, letter A, and you see by default the label is put here, and I want to change the position of the label, and I have label location, and I can choose west. So the label is on the left of the button, and I do the same thing with the second button, and here I use the label B and west position. So now I take this gate, this component. The name is OR gate. By the way, we'll see later the reason for this name, gates. All these components are named gate, but we'll see later. We'll see later on. And I connect the button A with the first input of the gate OR, and the button B with the second input of the same gate. There are two inputs here. Now I put a LED on the output of the gate of the component OR. A very quick way to connect a component is to put the component, to place the component near or close to the output, and then simply drag it, and Logisim automatically draw the wire between them. So let's see how it works. So when neither of the two buttons is pushed on, I see the LED light is off. But if I push button A or I push on button B, in both cases the LED lights up. So let's add a brief description. A off, B off, LED off, Shift Enter, A off, B on, LED on, and finally A on, B off, LED on. Click anywhere and then drag the label here. Now I'm going to save the circuit, so I select the file, save, and simply add a name to the circuit, not OR, and I click on save. And that's all for now. Bye bye.